What's going on, everyone? Jared Leon here with Packer Punch Traders. Just want to make a quick recap from this week. Let's look at my stats a little bit. Definitely overtraded with 11 trades. 36% profitability, just unacceptable. The one thing I do like that, my biggest win was 272 and my biggest loss was only $40. I'm getting my average percent gain up a little bit. I'd like to see this just over 10%. But slowly but surely getting there. Definitely being a little bit more patient with my trades. So not terrible, but definitely could do way better. So just need to correct the little things and just do better next week. So I'm just gonna make this one quick. Go over a few losses, then a few wins, and kind of call it a day and enjoy the weekend, even though I get to work in a little bit. Let's see here. We're gonna start with G-Sun. I missed the breakout here last week, and then I was looking for the multi-day bounce, and I ended up trading it this day here. So we'll kind of dive into it a little bit. It was just in the morning. I bought the high at 220 and just kind of got faked out. I think I should have just been a little bit more patient and let this, dip and see if this dip really wanted to hold to start getting some entries in here. As it's, holding VWAP, making higher lows, and confirming this morning high. I kind of just attacked it right away and, ended up cutting it around 210, 211 on this candle here when it washed out. And then you can see the next day is when it makes the move, and of course I missed it. So this should have been a really nice win that I ended up just missing. Ended up taking a small loss on. So it is what it is. And then Vino is kind of the same thing. Just waiting for the multi-day bounce. And so far just haven't gotten it. Volume has completely just died off. But it was the same kind of thing. This day here. Bought it right at like 242 as it started to perk off VWAP. A little bit of volume started to come in. I was hoping we'd kind of get something going finally. And, it kind of just faded into the close, and I wasn't comfortable holding it overnight. So I just cut it for a small loss. But it's really just looking for the multi-day bounce. And so I'm not too mad about taking a couple small losses on the attempts, that it's going to reverse and bounce, as long as I'm cutting them for, super small losses. I don't think it's the end of the world, but I'd like to just be a little bit more patient and a little bit more picky, um, and really wait for that momentum shift and just try to take a little, piece of the move, just like what G-Sun did. It was a little early here, which is fine, but the next day I need to be on top of it and I need to be attacking. And yeah, I just completely missed it, and it was really unfortunate. But you could see, you get the confirmation of the high of day break. Basically holds here, holds VWAP. We get the nice perk, pulls back, and it pulls back under VWAP. It's a little scary there when it does that, but it holds the morning highs really well. Little double bottom, little higher low here. Another perk through VWAP, and then we grind and hold it really well, and then volume starts to come in, and it just takes off from there. Um, it would have been a really nice play if I would have just been paying attention. Let's see, what else do we have? We'll go through a couple wins. So UN was one of them. It was this day here when it gapped up. And this is not normally how I play this. It was more of kind of a open priced reclaim, and I ended up taking some shares right. Let me zoom in a little bit. Right here, right on this candle here, I started to smack some shares, um, and I just sold it at 4. And I actually sold it, I think, right in here before the close because I wasn't comfortable holding it overnight. Um, I was really just looking for, let's get over here, just kind of the failure to break down, kind of that reversal, holding a key level, and I thought we can kind of just have just a quick perk, nothing crazy, just looking for my quick 10%. Um, in this case, I only took 8% because I wasn't comfortable, like I said, swinging this overnight or into after hours at least. So small win there. Like I said, it was really just, gap up. It spiked in the morning, and then, just kind of had these stair step down um, all midday. And then once we started getting into 11 o'clock, I saw this rip all the way back. And as this held here and made higher lows, created this little wedge pattern. And that's when I took the position, just looking for a quick move was really all it was. And we got KPRX. This day here, the red candle. So it was gapping up. I saw the breakout level of 5, that key whole dollar psychological level. We'll kind of dive into it here. You can see the next day it really ripped, confirmed that breakout. No barking. Had a little spike in the morning, but then quickly, pulled back all the way down to 5, held 490. And so I was really watching it as a breakout at this point. Hey, no barking. And I let it pull back. I want to see how it tested. I ended up taking this higher low here. And so I got some shares at 5. And thought about adding here into this double bottom, but was just a little hesitant. And I kind of thought it was going to break down on me here. And so I ended up not adding, but then failed to break down. A little perk in volume, which really wasn't that much. And we kind of just ripped through VWAP, open price, and through high of day. And I was really looking for more of a push through that morning high up to go test 6. I really wanted $1 a share, but it got stuffed really hard. I saw I had a really hard time, trying to get up to 6. And the volume, just as soon as it started to kind of snap back, I can kind of tell that it was going to be one of those fake outs. So I actually got a lucky sell and sold at 577 for 15%, which wasn't bad. Then you can see it ended up just fading the rest of the day. But like I said, the next day, small little gap up and push, confirmed the breakout level, held trend, held VWAP, and we really kind of went on a squeeze. So I missed it this day. But yeah, it was really just, I'm playing it as a breakout. That's why I was buying it down here at 5 when it was holding. And I was looking for that VWAP open price reclaim to kind of trigger and for it to squeeze up into the 6s. It just didn't push the way I'd wanted it to. But nonetheless, it was still a solid win. We got Mark. And it was this day here. So I just completely missed the breakout. So missed this initial breakout, and then it held really well. I missed this move here, and these were the ideal moves. I wouldn't mind taking a small position here, taking a quick snipe. As this holds, it makes higher low, starts to hold VWAP, getting some in here, and taking the quick snipe. I thought this could run a little bit more, lower float, lower market cap. I think it had news on the day. I don't quite remember. Maybe not. But I did take a position here at 250 and then at 252 on this little higher low here. We got a nice little perk up to a new high, and I was up 10% and really thought about just taking that 10%. Instead, I was just trying to be patient, and I really wanted to see a push towards 3. Sorry, I had to pause the video for a second. The dogs were kind of going crazy. So as I was saying, position here at 251. I mean, at 250, added at 252. Good entries here, I think. I had the opportunity to sell at 10%, but like I said, I wanted to push towards 3, and I kind of just set my advanced order and kind of just walked away. I had my stop here at 260, and it kind of washed through my stop a little bit. I got to fill at 255, so it was really just a break-even play, which was kind of frustrating, especially since I was up 10% and I was really close to just locking in like that $120. So a little annoying, but it is what it is. I can't expect to nail a 15, 20, 25% win every time. I need to, I should have been watching this more carefully and saw that when this tried to bounce here after this pullback, you can see the volume was just dead. Nice little perking volume here when it made a new high, but then it came right back down, and then when it tried to bounce, the volume, there was just no volume. And so I saw this as a low volume bounce, and I should have just been selling into this bounce and just calling it done. Instead, I just didn't really pay attention to it, set my advanced order, and it ended up stopping me out. So that was kind of annoying, but then again, it is what it is. I should have just been more on top of it and been up in the morning and watching it, and I should have been taking it in here and just taking this quick snipe and then been done with it. So it's my fault for not being prepared. Then we have the last couple trades, XPON. Another one of those trades where I just wasn't prepared in the morning. Woke up a little bit late, started to make breakfast and stuff, and wasn't paying attention too much. Missed this really nice open price VWAP reclaim. That this was the ideal move that I would have been looking for to go up and test the breakout level, and that's really that's what ended up happening. It came up and tested the breakout level, which is also pre-market highs, and it was just kind of one of those moves that I was, it was really easy read. Definitely got choppy in here, and I would have just taken my quick move, but I ended up, let's see. So because I missed the open price play, I thought about taking some shares here in the low 3s when it held VWAP, kind of made this double bottom here. Really hesitated and didn't take it. And when it ripped up to new highs, which barely made new highs, but still, I would have made my 10% and some. And so that was frustrating to see. And then even here, it made another double bottom at 330, and thought about taking a small position to see if we could finally break out, and perked right back up. And so I was frustrated that I didn't take that. Ended up getting a little emotional and took a small position here at like 364, thinking it was going to, finally break out. Pulled back, held 250, low volume bounce, just a lower high, it made me think of like a temporary backside. So I cut it when it broke 350. Ended up getting some more shares here at 340, I think it was, when it was kind of, putting in this bottom here, and ended up cutting that when it cracked 330. So it all started with, missing the open price play, and then getting a little emotional and FOMO, and wanting to take it here, didn't do it and regretted it. Wanting to take it here, didn't do it, regretted it, and then ended up chasing, selling, trying now finally trying to buy a dip, and then it just didn't work. We were just kind of on the backside from there. So that was annoying, but it is what it is, and it'll still be on watch for next week for a breakout, as it is failing to break down and basically is holding three pretty well. So I definitely have this on watch for next week as a breakout if this can fail to break down. And then the last one, which really made my whole week, was CETX. Save the best for last. Let's see here. Just a breakout over, what was it, 1230 something. Didn't do anything all day. All of a sudden, volume started to come in. Fatty alerted this to me, and I kind of just kept an eye on it. I wanted to see how it react to that key level, how far it pulls back. Shorts and sellers really kind of just take over this, or if it, makes some higher lows and holds trend, and we can get confirmation of the breakout. So let's see here. I took my first position here, got a really bad fill, and that's kind of what happens sometimes with market orders. And that's just what I've been using recently, because I would rather just kind of get in or get out right away than, miss an entry or miss like a good exit, because I'm trying to get the exact penny. And I just, with my trading, it's, when I want to get in, I don't mind if I'm a few cents off of where I would ideally want to be, because I know in the big picture, when it works, it's going to make, it's going to make a move, and I won't have to worry about having a crappy entry. So in like for example, I explained that really bad, but for example, I got a bad fill here at 12.19, and I was really trying to get in, at like 12, and I just saw this kind of little higher low here, and then this volume perk, and we kind of did perk back up. I wanted a starter, and so I wanted it really at 12, and it filled me at 12.19. But I'm not gonna freak out over it, because the 9 cents isn't really going to make that much of a difference. And then I added on this little candle here at like 12.15. I think my average was 12.15. And then a couple minutes later, some volume started to come in, and we really start perking through the breakout. And each candle was getting kind of sold into. It was finishing lower. And I definitely recognized that. But I knew that, if the breakout's going to work, it's going to give me at least my 10%. And that's just what I was kind of trying to be patient for. And once we got this perk up to 14, I tried to smack it at 14. And so here's another example where it's like I wanted that sell at 14, but I still got a fill at 13.50, and I still made 11%, and I can't complain about that too much. And it even pushed up to 14.46 the next minute after. So I still did sell a little too soon. But in the grand scheme of things, like this little bit of a bad buy here, the first entry, not a big deal. And my kind of a bad sell, the bad fill on the sell, not that big of a deal in the grand scheme of things. I'm still taking the meat of the move. I still had really good risk, and I wasn't worried about having the perfect entry or exit. So I really just wanted to take the meat of the move, and that's just what I did. And it really made my whole week. But that was really just all the trades. Like I said, 11 trades overall is too much. I need to cut that back a little bit. And the percent profitability is just 36%. I mean, it is still crazy to think that I was only 36% profitable. I still made $335. Not bad. Another thing I like, my biggest win, $273. Biggest loss was only $40. So I like that. I just need to cut back on some of these trades, and really kind of just be picky, trade the ones that are setting up the best, and trade those to the best of my ability and stick to my plan. And then when, I'm wrong, need to cut it and be smart. I need to control my emotions, all that good jazz. So not too bad of a week. Um, so just got to keep studying, keep reviewing trades, just keep being prepared, and I know I can just do so much better, and so I'm really striving to try to just have one of those weeks where, you know, maybe I take have five winning trades and just one losing trade, and and make like $800 on the week or something. Just one of those weeks where it's one of those weeks where I know I can do that, and it's just a matter of every day. Am I waking up and prepared in the morning? Do I have my watch list ready? Am I updating my watch list throughout the day? Am I watching the right tickers? Am I avoiding the wrong ones? Can I spot it in real time and realize, hey, the volume isn't there, you know, um, the price action's shitty, whatever the case may be, just recognizing it in real time and adjusting. So I know I can have a really good week, I'm really striving for that. So just having these weeks here, which still green, not bad, but could be way better. So next week, going to be striving for a good week. I hope I know I ranted a lot with this video. I hope everything kind of makes sense. If you have any questions or need me to go over anything in more detail, please just drop a comment, and I would be more than happy to do that for you guys. So I hope you guys had a good week. Hope you guys have an even better weekend. And I'll see you guys next week on Monday. We'll go after it and get it. A whole new week, baby. Let's go.